Side 2 of this audio tape discusses trailering tips, cautions, four-wheel drive procedures, and the special options you may have purchased to customize your new Chevy Suburban. If you have the Seek mode on your tape player, you can use the index card with a cassette box to fast forward to the information of interest to you. If you choose to listen to the entire tape, there will be 5 seconds of silence between each selection.
Child restraint procedures. For the safety of children and infants traveling in your vehicle, you should always secure them in an infant or child seat restraint. The information or instruction included with the infant or child seat will specify whether it should be used with an infant or an older child. With General Motors truck safety belts, there is no additional equipment necessary to secure the child or infant seat restraint in your vehicle unless the restraint requires a top anchor as specified by the restraint. There are some very important procedures to follow when transporting an infant or child in your vehicle. A few tips to remember are, first, never hold a baby in your arms while you're riding in a vehicle. In a collision or sudden stop, the child would become almost impossible to hold. Second, when using a child seat restraint system, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for the restraint. These restraints use the belt system of your vehicle, but the child also has to be secured within the child seat restraint to help reduce the chance of personal injury. The child seat restraint must be properly secured.
Third, if your child restraint has a top strap, it will need to be anchored. You can have your GM dealer install an anchor bracket, or your dealer can instruct you on the installation procedures if you want to install the anchor yourself. If the child restraint has a top strap, always secure the restraint device at the location where the top strap can be anchored. Finally, be sure to properly secure any child seat restraint device in your vehicle, even when no passenger is in it. An unsecured child seat can move around in a collision or sudden stop and injure people in the vehicle. For complete information on installing a child or infant restraint system in your vehicle, be sure to read Section 1 of the Owner's Manual. This information will inform you of the correct procedure to attach the restraint to either the lap shoulder belts or lap belt in your vehicle, and help you identify the best location and placement of the restraint in your vehicle. This information is of vital importance for the safety of you and your passengers. Off-road driving. For both you and your passengers' safety, please drive your Suburban with care, both on or especially off-road. Two very important factors to keep in mind when off-roading are that both you and your passengers always wear safety belts, and that you always drive on marked trails. As one special note, prior to taking your Suburban off-road, be sure to read the section in your owner's manual on off-roading safety tips and driving procedures. You'll find the information extremely helpful.
Trailering tips. Your new Chevy Suburban is a versatile vehicle designed to carry people and cargo, but bear in mind that towing a trailer and/or carrying cargo will affect handling, durability, and fuel economy. The certification label on the inner trailing edge of the driver's door offers information on maximum gross vehicle weight and maximum gross axle weights your vehicle can safely handle, along with recommended tire inflation pressures. The maximum loaded trailer weight your vehicle can tow depends upon the total weight of the vehicle, including passengers, cargo, and additional options purchased. If you want to learn more about the trailering aspects of your vehicle, your Chevy dealer can supply you with the product literature which includes trailering tips and cautions, and can assist you in determining that your needs don't exceed the load or trailering capabilities of your new vehicle. You should not abuse your new Suburban by exceeding the recommended payload and trailering capacities. Be sure to consult your owner's manual for detailed information on other special considerations when towing a trailer or transporting cargo.
The type of hitch you have is very important. If you have an aftermarket hitch, make sure it is properly installed and adjusted. Two very important hitch considerations for trailers over 4,000 pounds are that 1. The hitch is a frame-mounted, weight-distributing hitch, and 2. You have a properly installed sway control system of adequate capacity for trailers more than 4,000 pounds. Remember that improper trailering or not following recommended trailering tips and cautions may cause handling problems. Another important consideration is that you have trailer brakes of proper size on trailers over 1,000 pounds. Be sure to read Section 4 of the Owner's Manual for precautions and special techniques when towing a trailer. If you selected one of the trailering packages with optional wiring harness, you'll find the harness on the frame cross member nearest the rear bumper. Finally, be sure to see Section 2 of the Owner's Manual for detailed information regarding the installation of wiring connectors for your trailer.
Four-wheel drive. With four-wheel drive, you'll be able to keep your vehicle moving through a wide variety of road conditions. To engage your four-wheel drive, place the transfer case shifting lever in the 4-high or 4-low position.
You should avoid driving on dry pavement while in four-wheel drive. Driving with four wheels engaged on dry pavement will increase tire wear, cause hard transfer case shifting, and reduce fuel economy. A synchronizer in the transfer case allows shifting from 2-high to 4-high, or from 4-high to 2-high while the vehicle is moving. To shift into or out of 4-low or neutral, reduce your speed to 3 miles per hour. Place the transmission in neutral and shift with one continuous motion. Do not pause in the neutral range of the transfer case when shifting into 4-low, as this could result in some gear clash. The transfer case neutral position should only be used if the vehicle is being towed.
If the front axle light on the transfer case does not come on after shifting into a four-wheel drive mode, or the light stays on after shifting out of a four-wheel drive mode, see your authorized Chevrolet dealer for a system check. A slight delay for the front axle light to come on or go off is normal after shifting into or out of a four-wheel drive mode. In addition to all the normal lubrication procedures for your vehicle, pay particular attention to the lubrication levels of the transfer case and the front differential. For detailed information on the transfer case operation and very helpful off-road driving tips, see Sections 2 and 4 of the Owner's Manual. Tilt wheel and speed control. If you purchase this special option package, you'll find long cruises more enjoyable. To operate the tilt wheel, use the short lever on the steering column behind the turn signal lever, which controls this function. Simply pull the lever toward you to adjust the steering wheel to your selected comfort position.
Your multi-function turn signal lever also regulates the operation of speed control. To engage the speed control, first turn it on. Then, accelerate to the desired speed and push the set button on the end of the turn signal lever. The speed control will disengage when you depress the brake pedal or move the control switch to the off position. The off position will disengage the memory function of the speed control. To resume your preset speed after braking, move the switch to the RA, resume accelerate position. At speeds above 25 miles per hour, the system will automatically recall your preset speed and adjust it accordingly. When engaged, your speed control also has a handy tap up and tap down feature. To increase your speed in approximate 1 mile per hour increments, tap the cruise switch to the RA position for less than 1 second. To decrease your speed in approximate 1 mile per hour increments, tap the set button for, again, less than a second. For additional information on the speed control or tilt steering wheel, see Section 2 in the Owner's Manual.
Auxiliary lighting. There are several convenient optional lighting features available for your Chevy Suburban. The dome light is controlled by rotating the light control dial at the right of the taillight and headlight controls. Fully rotating this wheel upward will turn on the interior lights.
If you have the convenience lighting package, you'll find an under-hood rear lamp inside the engine compartment. The switch for its operation is located on the lamp housing. You'll find this lamp quite convenient if you must change a tire in an unlit area. Be sure to see Section 2 in the owner's manual for information on releasing and retracting this unique under-hood lamp convenience feature.
Air conditioning. Besides the heating and ventilation operation described on side 1 of this tape, the electronic control air conditioning system will keep the interior of your vehicle comfortable through a wide variety of outside weather conditions. There is a lighted display that shows the system's status and also performs a diagnosis of the refrigerant charge status. If a low refrigerant charge is detected, the AC light will flash for about 2 minutes and then go off. It will flash for about 2 minutes every time you start the ignition until the service is performed. Be sure to visit your authorized Chevrolet service department for an analysis of the system.
The off button turns the system off and erases the system's memory of any previous preset airflow and temperature settings. To turn the system on, press the AC button and select a mode of operation by pressing one of the blend buttons. The fan control button in the upper right-hand corner of the system has 3 settings: low, medium, and high.
The setting you are using will be shown in the lighted display. You can increase or decrease the fan setting by using the top or bottom ends of the control button. The temperature selector bar underneath the lighted display regulates the temperature of air entering the vehicle. Press the cold end for cooler air and press the hot end for warmer air. Release the bar when the system reaches the temperature you want. The 2 buttons with the seated stick figures control the airflow. The right button regulates heated airflow between the defroster and floor outlets. Press the top of this button for the defrost mode and the bottom of the button for the heater mode. You can achieve a variety of blending modes for warm air by pushing either end of the button. To stop the system between blending positions, press the same side of the button again. Pressing the top of the left button will direct the system air through the instrument panel vents. Pressing the lower portion of the left button will direct the system air through the floor outlets. You can also blend these vent settings by pushing either end of the button. To stop this blending effect in the desired position, press the same side of the button again. The recirculation button, marked RECIR, redistributes the interior air. This setting is helpful in keeping dust out of the vehicle and for maximum cooling. For further information on your temperature control system, be sure to read about the comfort controls in Section 3 of the owner's manual.
Rear air conditioning, rear heater, and rear heating and air conditioning. There are 3 different rear comfort control systems available for Suburbans: rear air conditioning, rear heater, and the combination rear air conditioner and heater. If you have the optional rear overhead air conditioner only, the selector switch for its operation is located on the front overhead console between the driver and passenger seats. There is an additional switch control unit located near the center of the vehicle on the rear overhead console. To operate the rear air conditioner, first, your front air conditioner controls must be in the AC mode, since the rear unit uses the same refrigerant as your front air conditioner. You also control the temperature for the rear air conditioner from the front instrument panel temperature control. On the front overhead console, there are 5 switch positions which control the rear air conditioner. The rear switch position enables the passengers in the center seat of the vehicle to regulate the airflow of the rear air conditioner by use of the rear overhead fan speed control. The off position turns the rear air conditioning unit off and disengages the rear control unit. The next 3 switch positions control the rear air conditioning fan speeds from low to medium or high.
If you have selected only the rear heater option, your selector switch to control the unit is located on the front instrument cluster. The 4-position selector switch goes from off through low, medium, and high fan speeds. You control the temperature of the heated air from the front instrument panel temperature control.
If you have selected the optional combination rear overhead air conditioner and heater, the 3 selector switches for its operation are located on the front overhead console between the driver and passenger seats. The far left knob on the front overhead console has 5 switch positions which control the rear air conditioner and heater. The rear switch position enables the passengers in the center seat of the vehicle to regulate the fan speeds, airflow, and temperature with the control panel on the rear overhead console. The off position turns the rear heater and air conditioner unit off and also disengages the rear control unit. The next 3 switch positions of the left knob control the rear air conditioning fan speeds from low to medium or high.
The center knob regulates the airflow blend between the upper and lower air outlets. Full left is for heating, with most air diverted to the floor, while full right is for air conditioning, with most air coming from the upper air outlets. Positions in between allow for blending between the upper and lower air outlets.
And finally, the far right knob controls the temperature of the air. There are additional controls on the rear overhead console that allow the passengers in the center seat of the vehicle to control the fan speeds, blend, and temperature settings. Be sure to consult the owner's manual for more detailed information on the specific heating and cooling system your vehicle is equipped with.
AM/FM stereo with Seek Scan and digital clock and cassette tape player. Side 1 of this audio cassette has directions for tuning your stereo, presetting stations, using Seek and Scan, setting your clock, and adjusting the tone and speaker balance. If you wish to play an audio tape, insert it with the exposed edge entering first. The tape will snap into position when fully inserted. The forward and reverse buttons allow you to move through your tape quickly. To stop the tape from fast forwarding or reverse, push the program button marked PROG. To switch from one side of the tape to the other without removing it, press the program button. As a special note, you should avoid playing C120 tapes in your player. This tape is extremely thin and may break or get tangled in the drive mechanism. For further information, see Section 3 of the owner's manual.
AM stereo, FM stereo radio with Seek Scan and digital clock, stereo cassette tape with search repeat and graphic equalizer. Side 1 of this audio cassette has instructions for tuning your stereo, presetting stations, using Seek and Scan, setting your clock, and adjusting the speaker balance controls. Besides these, this stereo system has a number of other distinctive features. If you wish to play an audio tape, insert it with the exposed edge entering first. The tape will snap into position when fully inserted. To advance the tape, press the forward button. To rewind to an earlier portion of the tape, press the reverse button. To stop the forward or reverse movement, press the program button marked PROG. To listen to the next selection on a cassette tape, press the Seek button on the cassette player. The tape will automatically stop at the next selection. By pressing the REPT, or repeat button, you can replay the tape selection which you just played.
To switch from one side of the tape to the other without removing it, press the program button. The CRO2 chromium dioxide button is for adjusting the audio quality for chromium or metal tapes. The AM/ST button must be pushed to listen to AM stereo broadcasts. The graphic equalizer adjusts the frequency response ranges of your stereo. All of the adjustments you make using the equalizer buttons will be shown in the lighted display to the left of the control buttons. When adjusting the graphic equalizer, the 60 and 250 buttons control bass frequencies. The 1K button controls mid-range frequencies, and the 3.5K and 10K buttons control the treble frequencies. As a special note, you should avoid using C120 tapes in your player. These tapes are very thin and may break or get tangled in the drive mechanism. For additional information on this stereo system and helpful tips on its maintenance, see Section 3 in the owner's manual.
Engine block heater. This feature is designed to keep your engine block warm for improved cold weather starting. To use the heater, open the hood and unwrap the electrical cord stowed in the engine compartment. You can plug the cord into any 3-prong 110-volt AC outlet. If the cord is too short, use a heavy-duty 3-prong extension cord. Do not use an extension cord such as you would use for a lamp because the cord may overheat.
Rear window defogger. The rear defog button for your rear window defogger is located underneath the heating and cooling controls. To engage the rear window defogger, press the right side of the switch. You can disengage the defogger by pressing the left side of the switch. The defogger will automatically shut itself off after several minutes to prevent the glass from getting too hot.
Electric rear wiper and washer. The optional rear wiper and washer are controlled from a 3-position slider switch and push button located below the radio. The switch has an off position, an approximate 9-second delay wipe position, and a constant run position. If the wiper switch is in the off position, pushing the wash button will engage the washer and the wipers for 3 sweeps. If the wiper switch is in the delay or constant run position, the wipers will continue to operate in that mode after pushing the wash button.
This completes side 2 of this audio cassette. We thank you for taking the time to listen. Congratulations on your purchase of the Suburban, the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.